Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss about the Congress plan. Actually, this topic comes under the background of the Indian planning. Okay. So in that particular time, so the people were thought, the nationalist people and the politicians and some important business persons and intellectual persons, just they have an idea about the centralized state planning. It means all the powers of the economy comes under the central government. Okay. So this is the main thing in that particular time, and this was the ideology of particular persons in that time. Okay, but here the Gandhians, the persons who follows the Gandhian principles, those persons and some other business persons and some other representatives, so they were opposed to commit the party into the centralized state planning. It means they opposed the centralized planning in India. So including Mahatma Gandhi also, it means Mahatma Gandhi also was opposed to this type of the centralized planning. Okay, but it was on the initiative of the Indian National Congress president, uh, Subhash Chandra Bose, so that the National Planning Committee was set up. Okay, the National Planning Committee was established in October 1938 on the initiative of the INC President Subhash Chandra Bose. Okay, so actually, so this was under the leadership of the Jawaharlal Nehru, just to work out the concrete programs for the development in all the major areas of the economy. Okay, just to promote the important and basic and concrete programs in the society, especially for getting the development. Okay, especially in all the major areas of the economy. What are the major areas in the economy, just they have to focus on those areas to get the development out of the backwardness. Okay, so actually, so National Planning Committee was set up in a conference. So especially here the conference is related to the ministers of the industries of the Congress ruled states only, where the Congress party was there. So those states only were invited in the conference. Even though they other states also invited to participate in this conference. Okay, in that particular conference only the National Planning Committee was set up. Okay, especially here, the Congress ruled states where Mokshagundam Visvesvaraya, J.R.D. Tata, G.D. Birla, and Lala Sri Ram, and many others, including it means there were the intellectual persons and business persons in that particular areas. So those states were invited in a particular conference, but they invited other states also just for the participation in the conference of the ministers of the industries of Congress ruled states. In that particular conference only, the all the important persons, they started to establishment of the National Planning Committee in 1938 October. Okay, so not only the business persons and intellectual persons, but they invited civil servants, trade unionists, socialist, communist. So these persons also invited into the particular conference. Okay, so here actually the 15-member National Planning Committee, especially with the 29 subcommittees, they have the subcommittees 29, and total 350 members produced 29 volumes of the recommendations, especially for getting the information regarding the National Planning Committee. Just they had to refer so many things. In that particular reference, they got 29 volumes of the recommendations. Total 350 members produced in that particular conference, that is 29 volumes of the recommendations, and this is the body of the 15-member body, that is National Planning Committee. And with the 29 subcommittees were there, just subcommittees is nothing but a committee which comes under the particular main committee, just to refer all the things in the particular committee. Okay, okay, so here the National Planning Committee was established in 1938. Okay, so in the same way, the work of the committee was interrupted. It was disturbed when the Second World War broke out, because the Second World War started in 1939 and it was ended in 1945. Okay, so in the wake of the Quit India movement, many of its members, including chairman, also were arrested, because in that particular time there was an independence movement was going in India. So that's why, because of the Quit India movement, so many of its members, mostly in the International Congress, members are very important persons in the Indian independence movement, right? So those members were arrested because of the Quit India movement was going in the country. So between 1940 and 1945, just it was a committee in the nominal existence, just it has, but there was no proper action was taken in that particular time because of the independence movement. Okay, And the final report of the National Planning Committee established and published in 1949. Okay. So a series of valuable reports, the so many reports were produced by the 350 members and they were published, which brought together and the constructive thinking done by the committee and subcommittees. I already said there are 29 subcommittees were there. So here they started thinking about the constructive knowledge, because each and every person is published different levels of the valuable reports. So those reports were together and made as a constructive thinking, and which was done by the committee and subcommittees. Okay. So here the main aim of the National Planning Committee was just to increase the standards of living, and its emphasis on the need for bringing fundamental changes in the social and economic structure. Okay. So here the main aim is just to improve the standard of living, and just to bring the some important fundamental changes in the social and the economic structure. Okay. So this is all about the Congress plan in 1938. Okay.